a little rainy today, but I'm hoping the rain can be like a nice background noise for you guys, and hopefully this video reaches the right audience, and I hope you guys can hear me pretty well with a little bit of a kind of like a rain ASMR, I guess you could say. But judging by the title, I'm assuming it's gonna be something about spoiling your girlfriend and not doing that, or spoiling your significant other. I mean by spoiling your significant other, I mean by buying them expensive things. And one of the mistakes I made was thinking that buying all these expensive things, especially, by the way, I'm a young guy, I'm 20, right? And let's just say you guys are 8, 9. I was 18 when I first started my relationship, and then we broke up around 4 months ago, 5 months ago. And looking back at those 2 years, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but one of the things I wouldn't regret, but I would, all the expensive gifts that I bought her. Not because, like I would, not because I hate her or anything like that. I don't have any animosity towards her, but it's because they didn't mean much, right? Like, all the meaningful things also the gifts she gave me that meant a lot, and the gifts I gave her were the cheapest things, ironically. Love letters, like little portraits with our photos in it, and fun, cute, like quick fast food dates and stuff like that were kind of like the best times. And I think a lot of people make mistakes, including me. Is like, you start trying to ball out, thinking you're the stuff, buying all these her nice things, saying, sorry, oh my god, that was someone climbing on my roof. But you think like you want to spoil this girl, like she deserves everything. Well, she does. I'm not saying she doesn't. But don't do it when you don't have money. It's different when if you're an international kid, right? And you have like fucking $80 million in your trust fund. But the average person does not have that. And especially when you're trying to make it big in life, you gotta realize, like, you kind of have to be selfish, and you kind of have to reinvest that money into yourself. And in the future, then you can buy her the nice things and all these other things. And at the end of the day, it's like, you look back and all these buying expensive stuff and all this wasn't really for her, it was for you, right? If you really look deep down, at least for me, when you look deep down into yourself, you kind of realize, like, oh wow, like, I was just trying to show off to other people. I wasn't, like, sure, I cared about her, obviously, but I was only buying these name brand things and other things because it's like I wanted to feel like a baller. I wanted other people to be like, wow, Ian's girlfriend's so lucky to have him, kind of thing. And I think that's one of the traps that people fall into, and I hope this reaches into the right audience. And don't spoil her in expensive things. Spoil her with genuine love, like love letters and little personal gifts, right? And spoil her with your success, right? I want, like, spoil her by making her proud, right? By succeeding in life, by by having her be able to flex to people, being like, wow, my boyfriend does this and this, and he's super cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously once you get to a certain point where it's like you can spend that kind of money, then that's okay. But from a young guy to another young person behind the screen, it's like, you don't have to go super expensive. And down the road, you're gonna look back and be like, wow, that didn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just Louis Vuitton at the end of the day. Like, what does that have significance to your significant other than maybe your personal bracelet that you made? Now it's from you, right? And that matters a lot more. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap, and I hope this reaches the right people, and stop where you're at. If she really loves you, she's not gonna want all those things. She's gonna want stuff from you. Obviously some things are always gonna be nice, don't get me wrong, but try to avoid it as much as possible, and try to be genuine with your gifts. Don't buy it because of the logo, and don't buy it because you want to feel good, right? But yeah, that's kind of the video of today, and I hope this message reaches the right people. And I hope you guys have a great day, and let me know if you guys want to see anything else and what I can do to improve my videos. Thank you guys.